Mr. Ala.
The head of strategic study department, the Ministry of Water Resource.
You are very welcome, Mr. Ala. People are joining. Hallo, Michael.
Hallo Yunus. Kannst du mich hören? Kannst du mich sehen?
Ja, einen Moment.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Michael, we can hear you.
Oh, hello Sasha. So you are
Hi.
in the meeting.
Good afternoon.
Oh, all the other people.
Let's
are
wait for
also
the other
here.
people.
Hello all together. Professor will come directly now. Sebastian, he's on his way, but there was some traffic jam, so he will come a little later. He just phoned me and apologized for coming a
Michael,
little late.
your voice is low.
My
Good
voice
afternoon.
is...
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello دكتور يونس. Hello
Hello.
ميشل.
بس انتصار
Hello,
شلونك؟
Mrs.
شلون
Sal,
صحتك؟
how are you?
الحمد لله.
الله يسلمك. اعتقد ننتظر الجميع البقية يلتحقون.
أنا الليستة يمي مال الأسماء، خليني بس أشيك الكل موجود أو لا.
إيه.
ثواني.
I'm sorry, I will just try to make my microphone a little louder because Linus just told me it's a little bit too quiet.
Michael, you may increase your volume. Or...
Is it better now?
Yes, it's okay now.
Yes? Okay, great.
I think we're supposed to have Mr. Ala. He's here with us. Also
Mr.
Ali
Ala available, yeah.
Fakhri, he is with us also.
I will check.
Miss Mariam.
عفوا ست انتصار، اقدر اعمل شير سكرين؟
أكيد. أحمد ويانا موجود صح؟
يقول host disabled participate.
أحمد انطي possibility للدكتور يونس انه يسوي شير. تمام.
ما يخالف كل شيء في المحافظ يطلع وجهي. وهنا الفيديو استاذ دكتور.
طبعا ست انتصار لازم نحكي انجليزي
اي طبعا اكيد.
على مود الجماعه مالتنا.
Okay, Professor Benim is now with us also.
Yeah, okay.
I think most of the team is here already.
From our side, all are available.
Okay, and I checked also. Yeah, most of them. Maybe we missed only one.
I mean, Sebastian is not there yet,
Sorry.
but he will come later on. So we could start without him, and later when he comes, then he is there for the specific questions.
Okay.
On programming side.
أستاذ علاء موجود؟ يعني ممكن نبدي؟
نعم تطلع موجود. Yes, you can start the meeting, please.
Okay. Dr. Yunus and Mr. Benem, Michel, thank you so much, and also the Iraq team, thank you so much for giving this opportunity to explain the purpose of this center and the importance of it to the Iraqi team. Thank you. A special thank to Mr. Ala. He really did a lot of job to make it happen. So please let us start. And Michel, I think there is a very noise around you. Now it's much better. Dr. Yunus.
So, well, shall we start?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for attending this meeting, online meeting, let's say. So we shall try to go through this project quickly, and so then we can discuss any related issue. The project is about Center of Water Simulation. So this is, in other words, we can say digital hydraulic laboratory, something like this. And so in our side, I would like first to introduce my colleagues. So let's start with, we shall cover in this presentation, let's say quickly, something about Center of Water Simulation and what challenges and obstacles and water resource, maybe water resource and water projects in Iraq, Water Resource Authority. These subjects we shall go through them quickly. We shall focus only on Center of Water Simulation. And because all of you, I mean, Iraqi side, they know about water resource better than me. So let's start with introducing briefly each of our colleagues. Let's introduce himself. Let's start with Professor Benim to introduce himself to.
محتاج.
Okay.
Hey, hi.
Hello, Professor Benim.
Hi. Well, I'm Professor Benim, and Professor for Fluid Mechanics and Energy Technology and Simulation of these processes in Düsseldorf University of Applied Sciences. and I'm leading the central flow simulation. So that's sufficient, I think. Thank you.
And Mishael?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm very happy to meet all of you today. Thank you so much. So my name is Michael Diederich. I'm assistant of Professor Benim in the Center of Fluid Simulation for 10 years now, working in fields of CFD and in research and teaching in this sector. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.
And Mr. Zasha?
Yeah, hi, I'm a software developer since 10 years. I'm a full stack developer, so I'm programming in front end and in the back end. I'm also responsible for some DevOps stuff so that our cloud servers on AWS are running. That's all.
So I think Sebastian not joined it yet.
Yeah.
And so let's skip him. So I'm Dr. Yunus. So I worked with United Nations for about 4 years with FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, in the sector of GIS and hydraulic and hydrology mapping. Then I joined in 2016 Professor Benim's team in Hochschule Düsseldorf, and still we have in connection, and we did some jobs together regarding environmental flows and something about dam modeling. So I have some academic contribution, recently published 2 chapters in environmental remote sensing and GIS in Iraq with Professor Ayad Al-Quraishi. There are some one paper also about Baduj Dam, bearing in mind that my PhD was about Baduj Dam, dam modeling and simulation of flow through bottom outlets. And I have practically, I have contribution with our people in Iraq in Baduj Dam, and I was a focal point between Team International and EDR in Germany. So, but we finished the related studies, environmental impact assessment and evaluation and feasibility studies, but that was finished. So now I am going through this project, Center of Water Simulation. The idea is came to me that during my work with the Center of Flow Simulation in Düsseldorf University. So the view of research center maybe somehow is different, like from our countries. In our countries, we might focus. Usually, we are focusing on academic aspect, but in such countries, the focus is not just on academic. There are connection with the community, so with companies, with other related sectors. So there is interaction between the research center and the community, related community. So what is the main purpose of establishing Center of Water Simulation? It's to transfer German CFD experience, related advanced technology, and investment trends to Iraq. Solution investment trends to Iraq. It's not just an academic research center. The answer, of course not. It's not just an academic research center. In addition to its academic role, it could be involved later into providing CFD solution to both public and private water industry sectors in Iraq. So it's kind of scientific investment. Why Center of Water Simulation? I will try to answer this question because maybe we can focus on this question and discuss about each point. Why Center of Water Simulation? The answer is it support and enhance water industry sector in Iraq. There is no such a specific center in Iraq as I know. Bringing water-based CFD application effectively into frame of water and irrigation project in Iraq. But does it mean that there is no CFD activities in Iraq and there is no CFD skills in Iraq? Of course, the answer no. The matter simply we are looking for to integrate our CFD skills and experiences with Iraqi skills in a way that we can altogether build up qualified CFD platform that enable us later to provide both related public and private sectors with the required CFD solution. What kind of services we shall, as a German teamwork, provide the Ministry of Water Resources? Sharing you our skills and experience in the field of CFD, supporting you in managing the Center of the Water Simulation until it gets self-dependent center throughout specified period in the proposed project. What do the Ministry of Water Resources expect from us to provide them additionally? So the discussion will be open and we can go through. Yeah. Expected positive outcomes of the Center of Water Simulation. Investment in the field of skills. We plan, certainly we know that in Iraq we have lots of high qualified skills, people in high ranked level of scientific background. So we plan to invest in these skills. Also, we plan to enhancing the possibility of providing solution to the public and private sectors. I will mention later what do I mean exactly by public and, but of course I think you know, but I will go through public and private sectors. Sometimes there are such kind of, it needs some clarification. I will go through. Involvement in large projects through subcontracts. What I mean here, sometimes big companies they are involved, especially in dam project. They are big companies, and through their project, there will be subcontractors regarding some specific activities that we can manage in Iraq. So what I mean, we needn't to depend 100% on those companies. So some parts we can fulfill. We can involve in this project, big projects related to dams as a subcontractor. Cooperation. In this research center, we can make a cooperation with other specialists, people, programmers, civilian. In part, in managing related projects. building bridges of academic and professional communication. So CFD and center of such a center will, because there are lots of similar centers in all over the world, so we can make connection through this with related people to CFD and water resources people they are engaged in this field. And communication with relevant research centers in developed countries. So this is, when we have such a platform in Iraq, we open the door in front of lots of positive aspects. The draft, I sent the draft, and maybe we can go through when we discuss the draft if there is something about this draft. I submitted to the ministry through APSU. So we have some challenges and obstacles. Usually in any project, the first thing we are thinking about is allocated budget.
Mm-hmm.
And investment in the water resource sector. Still in Iraq, regarding the other countries, for example, if we compare Iraq with Turkey or Iran, they invested in water resource much better than us. So still investment in water resource is comparing to the neighbor is not in a good situation, as I think. And we need to depend on the advanced technology. So we need to fill this gap in Iraq. That's all. I will not go through. In Iraq, you know better than me, the water resource in Iraq is, we have lots of rivers, and even in Iraq, there's something very special. It's river distributed homogeneously in such areas. So it is, if it get invested correctly, that will be something. There are lots of sectors engaged in water resource sector in Iraq. We have governmental sector, we have private sector. Private sector, I mean companies, especially international companies like EDR or other companies. There are lots of companies engaged in water industry in Iraq. Still local, I think we have no such high qualified local companies, specialists in water resource industry. Combined, let's say, common sector, there are such a integration between public sector and such companies to manage. And also there are international organization and NGO, they involved in water. So there are lots of people involved. So in the advantage of this center of flow water simulation, this platform maybe constitute the center of center that collect all those people, and such as center bank or something like this. So it's something I think it will be collective institute. There are lots of projects. We have old projects like Dokan Dam and Derbent Khan, Mosul, and we have uncompleted project like Bekhma, Badush. We have project under construction. We have planned projects but not implemented yet, especially in the north of Iraq. There are lots of master plan done throughout last 10 years. Sorry. So, there are, I feel that there are some messy in water resource in Iraq. There are no something collect. I feel that each people working in their side. So sometimes we need to collect all these efforts in one place. This is, of course, water resource usually passes through three main steps. Physical model is very important. This is in case we get success in center of waters simulation, then later we can think about the hydraulic laboratory, physical hydraulic laboratory, because it's a background for CFD. And CFD is usually, we are dealing with digital issues, geometry, grid, and modeling, and the purpose of this to reach that level that we can optimize or give some real solution, or to cooperate in project effectively with CFD. And so now the discussion is and suggestion is open. So
Thank you so much, Dr. Yunus.
Thank you, and I have tried to go through quickly.
Yeah, actually, you give us a brief explanation about the importance of the such center, and I'm agree with you that we have the abilities, we have the good qualification persons, but we have to collect all of these together in the same place in order to use it in a perfect way. So just give me 1 minute. I wanted to introduce the team from Iraq, so we can discuss easily. First of all, Mr. Ala Turki, he is the head department of the strategic study in the Ministry of Water Resources. Also, we have Ms. Mariam Naim. She is also from the Department of Strategic Study. We have also from the Center of Design and Studies, Mr. Ali Fakhri, Ms. Fulla Abdul Jabbar, and Mr. Hassan Hussein. I think he's with us or not sure. And also we have from the National Center of Water Resources Management, Mr. Ali Muzal, and also Ms. Amina. So all of them, I think the discussion is open now. If you wanted to clarify something from Dr. Yunus, from Michel, Mr. Prof. Benem, or other team, please go ahead. And I forget to say that I'm representing APSU. We met before, maybe with Mr. Michel and Dr. Yunus and Prof. Benem. So I'm representing APSU. APSU is an NGO for water and environmental issues. So please go ahead.
Thank you for your presentation. I have two questions. The first, what do you mean by water industry in Iraq? What meaning industry? Because we are Ministry of Water Resource. And the second question, your proposal is include two stages. The first stage, establish the simulation center. And this is, you will execute with this project. And the second stage, you are not supposed to mean this physical laboratory. This is my two questions. Can you clarify this to me?
Okay, yeah.
Mr. Ala, the last sentences, maybe we missed the connection.
Sorry. the proposal is a two-stage. The first stage is establish the simulation center.
Correct.
That means like a department. And the second stage, you propose to establish the laboratory, hydraulic laboratory, and you are not supposed to implement with your suggestion or with your budget. Can you clarify about this two stage and what do you mean by in the water industry in Iraq?
Water industry, what I mean, all project is related to water resources in Iraq. So project is like dams and irrigation projects. This is we can consider them as a industry, specific industry. It is people in other countries also, yeah. So they get benefit from this. They invest in water. They invest in agricultural land using water, and so this is industry like other industries. I mean, so this is what I mean. It means you have customer also. Like the other industry, you have customer, you have provider, you have a seller. So this is the idea behind the industry. So this is what I mean. And regarding CFD, I hope I clarified this point. And regarding CFD, hydraulic laboratory, now the hydraulic laboratory get very developed in measurement devices and in of course we have in each university hydraulic laboratory, and we can perform some tests there, hydraulic tests, fluid tests, but the special hydraulic laboratory, and there are in some countries large hydraulic laboratory equipped with the most advanced measurement tools, and within you can build physical model, large physical model. So so if of course you need when you have CFD center, you have to think about also in hydraulic laboratory that get in combined with CFD, so they work together. So this is what I mean.
I want to explain something. In our ministry, design center, they have this hydraulic center and the physical laboratory, but need to develop. So
Yeah.
I would like to come to Baghdad and visit this hydraulic center and the hydraulic laboratory to evaluate this facility in our ministry and how you can develop this center. We have big hydraulic laboratory in our ministry.
Yeah.
For implementation physical model for this some hydraulic structure.
So in case it's available, so you just need to update it with the
yes,
new,
update and develop and install some equipment and some program to make it active.
Yeah. What I mean, we are now focusing on this center of water simulation.
So
if we get success, then we can, or maybe it depends on the, so maybe something later, somehow parallel, or, but now we are focusing on this CFD.
Okay, so I would like to ask my colleague in this hydraulic center from the design center to explain something about what they have in the center about this hydraulic simulation center.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Yunus. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. Ala. I'm Engineer Ali
Good afternoon.
Fakhri. Engineer Ali Fakhri from the Center of
Thank
Studies
you,
on
Mr.
Engineering.
Ala.
Yeah, I'm Ali Fakhri from Center of Studies on Engineering Design, Hydraulic Laboratory. First, I would like to support the idea of Mr. Ala to develop the Hydraulic Laboratory at the Center of Studies on Engineering Design. It is established in 1977. It consists of two parts. The first part is indoor laboratory with field of 154 in length and 56 in width. It include a big pump station with 5 pumps, every pump with discharge of 0.25 meter cube per second. Also, does have many flumes which delivered from Armfield from England in 2010. This and many facilities and tools. We constructed and we conducted some physical model from more than 20 years. And if you can visit the center, you can see some of physical models are still in the center until now. Also, the center have another outdoor hydraulic laboratory. The outdoor hydraulic laboratory with 3 fields of concrete tanks. Every field consists of 40 meters in length and 20 meters in width, and 3 intakes. Also, the indoor have 3 intakes. If you give me, I can see some presentation, Mr. Intisar. Can I make presentation, some pictures for our center?
Yeah, please share.
I cannot share because other
Ahmed,
participation
can you allow?
No,
can you allow-
other participation share. If you can
Ah.
stop share.
Okay, Mr. Yunus, stop sharing,
Oh,
please.
yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Okay. You see this is the indoor hydraulic laboratory. You can see the field of the hydraulic laboratory and the networks of the pipes. And here you can see the intake of the hydraulic laboratory in the field. This is I talking about the indoor hydraulic laboratory, and this is the pump station. It consists of 5 pump station. Every pump is discharged with 0.25 meter cube per second, and this is some flumes that is in the hydraulic laboratory. Some small flume for research study. Many of students, of master students, of PhD students study on this field in our laboratory. And you can find some facilities and for some tools that can help us in doing the physical models. And this is the outdoor laboratory. This is one field, and this is the other field of the hydraulic laboratory. And this is the pump station. This is one of the hydraulic models that we were conducted in 2001 of Makhul Dam in hydraulic laboratory. Makhul Dam. No. Yeah. And this is for part of Tigris River, model of part of Tigris River to study the sediment in the intake of Al Karkh pump station. This is part of Tigris River. This is the operation of the model, and this is the model of part of Euphrates River in Ana El Anbar to study also the sediment in front of the intake of Ana pump station. And this is the part of study the erosion in the embankment of Tigris River and Omaniyah. city in Wasat government. This is I just want to show you some pictures about some photos about.
And I think currently there are missions by Iraqi Ministry of Water Resource in United States. They are doing something like training course or.
No, just for the safety of dams. For safety of dams, participating, but not on the physical model.
Yeah.
Now, also, I just read in the proposal on the first phase. It's focused on the CFD, some CFD softwares like COMSOL, Flow3D, ANSYS CFD, all other many of other these CFDs. All these CFDs is we're working with the same idea, solving another stock equation with the finite volume. What's the difference between all these softwares? Why you don't focus on one of them? That's my question.
Actually, this is what we changed it. We modified this. Usually, we are using ANSYS, but this is just let's say just a suggestion. It's not. It could be waived or removed. So usually we are preferring ANSYS and Flow3D also. So the rest we can.
Excuse me, Mr. Fakhri, may I say something about this?
Yeah.
First of all, I want to thank you for showing us your very impressive hydraulic laboratory. It's really very nice and impressive. And in our proposal, we were not sure about what hydraulic laboratories are available in Iraq already. Just we mentioned that the CFD simulation, of course, is needed experimental proof also. So it's not like a standalone. We cannot make CFD simulations and get all the required information just by simulation. Experiment is strongly needed. That's why we emphasized on some hydraulic modeling, which is also needed. And if you have such a great environment, we can. It would be perfect if we could find some way of cooperation to like work together in a perfect manner. So we can cover the CFD part, the numeric part, and the experimental part could be taken over by you, for example. That would be perfect. And regarding the programs we were showing, some of the programs have in each field they have different capabilities. For example, Flow3D is better capable of open free surface flow, which is dam flow, for example, and Fluent is better capable in simulating closed volume flow, which might be, for example, the flow through the pump through the generator and things like that. So both programs have their fields of optimum performance. That's why we wanted to cover the whole field with our proposal.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Mister, I think you need to evaluate what we have on the floor. You have to see this is the design center, what they have instead of program, computer, the facility, also to see the people there, what they have in skill. So then you can modify your proposal.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mr. Yusuf?
Yunus, yeah.
Yunus, sorry.
We are. It is just a draft. It is. It could be modified easily, and we expect feedback from your side, and certainly all suggestions will be taken into consideration. And so until we reach the final draft and final that satisfy both sides, and then we can go further.
Mr. Ali Fakhri, I think your center has interest for this kind of cooperation with this simulation center in Germany.
Of course, Mr. Ala, but the
So-
missing item, when I read it, I don't find any software related with rivers directly, like,
so-
no, yeah.
So we propose to this Germany center or simulation center to need to visit your design center.
Of course,
Then to see what do you want to develop and improve in your department.
Of course, we looking forward to change the proposal to be developing the hydraulic laboratory and the hydraulic modeling department, focusing with the Center of Studies of Engineering Design instead of establishment a new Center of Water Studies. We have the foundation of the numerical. Also, you know, Mr. Ala, we work on the numerical models, not only on the physical models. Therefore, we're looking forward to other softwares working related directly with the rivers, like sediment, like wave models, morphology models, in this direction. Although also all the software that it focused on the CFD only, we can change its proposal to be developing the center and the hydraulic laboratory and the numerical physical model. And thank you.
What's your opinion, Mr. Yusuf?
Sorry.
What's your opinion about what Mr. Ali talked about?
Actually, I think by the end we agree. So this is the most important thing to establish the platform. Then we can collect our efforts and we can develop, we can do lots of things together. So it's possible. And we can include sometimes the research center, or let's say the laboratory has no, for example, specific field, for example, environmental flows, for example. Of course, I don't mean in this center of water, because we are dealing with water, not. But you can extend your activity. You can. So the most important thing is to make such a platform. That's it.
So we will send you a letter of interest, okay? Then you have to evaluate what we have, then improve develop your proposal. Then we can go forward.
Sorry, can you?
First, we will send you a letter of interest.
Mr. Ada, just I want to clarify. Yeah.
You
let me
already
just
did letter of interest.
Mr. Yunus, let me just clarify something. You mentioned firstly on your proposal that the most important things is the location for such kind of the center. I mean the investment, the money that should come through from where. So when we get the proposal from your side, we submit it to the Minister of Water Resources in order to get an interest letter, trusting letter. Then we can like get some investment on such kind of the center. So I already talked with you that there is exchange information between us and also the embassy of Germany here in Iraq, and they are interested on such kind of cooperation. So they are the next step will be getting the letter of interest from the Ministry of Water Resources through ABSU, and then submit it to them in order to get such investment from them. So what Mr. Ala said, it seems it looked like they are interested on the center, as Mr. Ali Fakhri also explained. Of course, the visit is very important at the next stage, and also to develop the proposal. All of these things will come after that. It is not something fixed. We can amend it. We can fulfill the requirement of the ministry from the softwares, from so on. But the main things is that the ministry is interested or not, or such kind of the center. And it seems you are interested as a ministry.
Yeah.
You can
Yes.
provide the letter of interest to us in order to go further with these steps. Then
Okay.
we can, of course, develop the proposal accordingly with the needing or with the requirement of the ministry. So this is, I think, what Mr. Ala means, right?
Yes, yes.
One point.
Also, you need to submit after your evaluation the MOU, letter of understanding. This, you know,
Yeah.
we have to cooperate based on letter of understanding or this MOU.
With whom?
We have to
What do you
sign
mean? With whom? Because there is already
مذكرة
already
تفاهم.
exists. It's already exist.
Oh,
It's already exist. Yeah.
okay, so
Ms. Intisar, regarding, I think you mentioned where this such center should be located, something like this, if I
No, Mr. دكتور يونس، أستاذ علاء اللي قصده إنه هم مهتمين بالموضوع،
نعم.
راح ينطون رسالة اهتمام، يوفرون رسالة اهتمام حتى إحنا
نعم.
نحصل اللوكيشن. قلت لك حضرتك أول بداية حكيت عن السبورت، financial support. فتحتاج الليتر اوف انترست حتى تمشي خطوات هذا المشروع او البرنامج. هسه احنا كانت الاجتماع الغرض من عنده انه الوزاره تحدد انه هل هي مهتمه بهذا الموضوع، هل هو مفيد بالنسبه لها ام لا. طبعا بعد المناقشات استاذ علاء هسه الكونكلوجن مالته انه هم مهتمين بهذا الموضوع، يريدون.
Also, Mr. Ali,
also
with me, yes.
Yeah, of
Sorry,
course.
I'm sorry, Michel and Tasha. I'm speaking in Arabic just to convey the idea.
Yeah.
Listen,
Perfect, thank you very much.
We're interested with this subject, but to be within the developing the Center of Statistics and Engineering Design, the hydraulic laboratory model, not establish a new center of water resources, because we have the foundation, we have the department, we have the tools, we have the space, and just we need to develop this idea.
Which is great. You don't have to start from the crash. You have already the facilities. You can develop it and work on it.
Of course, not just develop it. Develop the staff, develop the new tools, new measurements tools, establishment and a new physical model. Not start from zero like this.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We shouldn't start from zero. And now I am happy that there are spaces, and I mentioned before that the location it depends on you, whether you make this location in University of Technology in Baghdad or Ministry Park, some space related to Ministry of Water Resource, anywhere you like it. So that the key issue is to make this center. Yeah.
اتصال خلينا نسوي كونكلوجن بسيط. يعني اول شيء احنا راح كوزاره نرتب امورنا وندز لكم رساله اهتمام.
بس للمنظمه، لان هي اللي
للمنظمه، يعني الاستاذ يوسف، يعني الايميل اللي جانا من الاستاذ يوسف. تمام؟
لا، للمنظمه الابسو. دكتور يونس احنا بدنا نتعاون وياه كمنظمه.
يعني معناها دزوا لنا الايميل او شيء، يعني بحيث احنا نقدر نتواصل وياكم.
راح اشير لهذا الاجتماع واطلب من عندكم رساله الاهتمام. ممتاز.
تمام. ثاني شيء يعني لازم تقيمون الوضع الموجود بالوزاره، يعني لازم يصير تقييم من حيث الخبرات، الاجهزه، المنظومه الموجوده بالكامل، يصير تقييم حتى البروبوزل هو يدعم يطور الموجود.
ممتاز. يعني معناتها احنا نشتغل على البروبوزل، تصير الفيرست ستيب مالته هو ايفالويشن للموجود.
بالضبط.
وبعدها إكمال الفقرات
تطوير
الأخرى.
التطوير الكامل، يعني من حيث المهارات، تطوير الكوادر، وايضا الانظمه والبرامجيات، واي شيء يحتاجوه حتى يصير المختبر اكتف.
تمام.
الشغله الثالثه لازم تهيئون يعني شلون مذكره تفاهم. تعرفين في الوزاره حتى تزود لكم بيانات، حتى تسوي لكم تسهيلات، كل هاي الامور هي ضمن تترتب من خلال مذكره تفاهم مشتركه توقع بين الجانبين.
استاذ علاء، هو انتم رساله الاهتمام راح تنطوها للمنظمه، وهي اللي راح تبلش بالاجراءات. المنظمه والوزاره عندها رساله، عندها بياناتها مذكره تعاون موجوده، يعني توقعت قبل اشهر.
هاي ما ادري بيها، المهم يعني هاي يعني دا اوكي تمشي هالشكل ماشيه يعني الامور
موجوده، وبيها انه احنا يعني هي واحده من هاي الفقرات اللي خلتنا احنا نتواصل ونجيب لكم هذا المشروع. هي هاي انه
تمام. فيعني هسه احنا ماشيين بالطريق الصحيح.
بالضبط. واني اقدر اكيد يعني راح ارسل لك مذكره التعاون هاي اكيد حتى تكون جويدك.
استاذ علاء صار بس سؤال.
Principally, we are not move any step without cooperation and integration with.
Thank you.
Step by step, we shall. It is totally teamwork. It is cooperation, full cooperation between us. So.
Okay.
Just to explain what we said, Mr. Ala, what he said just now, and me, the conclusion comes from the ministry is that they will support us with the letter of interest as a NGO in order to go further with this project, and also they suggest to amend the proposal to make it as first step should be make the evaluation to what exists already in order to fulfill the needing of the ministry. And he asked me about under any kind of cooperation it will be. I say to him there is an MOU between the NGO, our NGO APSU, and the Ministry of Water Resources. It's signed a long time ago. So we are working on under this MOU.
Thank you for explaining. That's good news.
I'm so sorry, but sometimes you need to talk in your language. So
I fully agree. I fully agree. It's important to get the point. So perfect.
So Michelle and Sasha and Dr. Yunus also, you agree on the points that Mr. Ala said. We need to work on the proposal to make as a first step is the evaluation of the existing things. And we can cooperate on that to provide you with the information so we can amend the proposal as their suggestions.
I mean, as you can see from the proposal, the first step is just related to the CFD part of to the numeric part of this project. So of course, what's already available, if there's hydraulic laboratories available, we don't need to establish a new hydraulic laboratory. So that would be not good, not efficient, and not helpful to anybody. So cooperation is the optimum idea. So yes, it's a good idea to first check about what's available already and what are the needs and how we can optimize everything.
By the end, Ms. Intisar and friends, we are waiting for your feedback, your suggestion, so as to develop this draft and to manage something that totally satisfy your requirement. So by the end, it's your requirement. So it should be fulfilled. That's the idea.
But by the way, that's also in the suggested project. The first month are just to evaluate the needs and specifications from your side.
So we have to discuss what.
It's already there.
We may add something, we may remove something. So until we reach the final.
Yeah, at least Yeah, and it means we just here to explain to each other the importance of such kind of the center in Iraq. And also the other steps, it could be comes after or go with the working on the draft of the proposal.
We can say it's a long-term project. It is
Yeah.
so we have to go through. Yeah.
Mr. Ala, do you have something to add more, or Mr. Ali, other team from the National
think-
Center of Water Resources?
No, I think we reach our idea, so thank you from my side.
الاتصال فقط سؤال
Yeah.
اليوم طلب من عندي
Okay.
أن أسأله لكم بخصوص فقط التمويل. احنا ابسط يعني اكثر مشكله تواجهنا في التطوير هي مشكله التمويل. ما هو يعني مصدر تمويل هذا المشروع؟
Okay. Mr. Ali Fakhri, he is asking about the financial support of this center. So I think I mentioned on earlier, أستاذ علي هحكي إياها عربي بالبداية.
نعم.
الاتفاق إنه شنو؟ إنه أنت تحصل رسالة اهتمام وتشوف جهات مانحة لهذا الموضوع، وأعتقد هي كثيرة يعني مهتمة بهيجي تعاون، خصوصا إذا كانت ألمانية يعني نفس الجهة اللي موجودة هناك. فإحنا بدنا نشتغل على هذا الموضوع. أنا ما أقول لك بالنهاية راح يصير. أنا همي أنا أكيد حكيت للبقية للجهة الألمانية إنه ترى مو 100% هذا راح يطبق. إحنا تعتمد على الفاينانشال سبورت إله، بس إحنا أكيد مو معناتها إنه نقعد وما نحاول. نحاول بهذا الموضوع بعد ما نحصل رسالة الاهتمام ويا البروبوزل، بعد ما نشتغل عليه نحاول نحصل جهة مانحة من المنظمات.
اكيد هذا السؤال من المركز طلبوا مني اساله اليوم في الاجتماع حتى اوضح هذا الفكر للمركز، وشكرا جزيلا.
Anything else? Dr. Yunus?
From my side, I have nothing else. That's it. But if you have question to direct, we have Zasha and Sebastian. If you have any question about.
I think now it's clear, Mr. Ala. Everything is clear.
Yes, it's clear. Thank you.
Okay. So of course we have the emails from the team, all the team, and if there is something else that comes to their mind, we can send it by email. I'll give you any updates that I can get it from our side. I mean the financial support and so on and these things, and we will keep working on it. Hopefully we will make it at the end.
Yes, thanks.
We hope we will succeed in the end.
Yeah.
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you very much.
So much for your time, Michelle, Sasha, Dr. Yunus, Prof. Benem also.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also the team from the Mr. Ala, a special thank to you. Thank you so much for all your hard work
Thank
on
you.
this. And also other team from the Center of Design and Studies, also from the National Center of Water Resources Management. So
Thank you
so
very much.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a nice evening.
Have a nice evening. Thank you.
Have a nice evening. Same to you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.